quiet alignment between Pakistan, China and Turkey hints at a deepening anti-India bloc, one that has been made abundantly clear during the Pahalgam crisis and India's subsequent Operation Sindoor. Shipments of Turkish Songa drones and Chinese missiles to Pakistan during recent tensions have indicated an expanding military nexus beneath the radar. According to reports, Pakistan Air Force has been receiving the delivery of F-16 Fighting Falcon jets from Turkish Aerospace Industries in Ankara. In fact, Pakistan's National Aerospace Science and Technology Park has also entered into an agreement with Turkish drone manufacturer Baykar for research and development. At the UN too, China and Turkey have repeatedly stalled India's terror-related motions. They have shielded Pakistan from global censure. Many have called this a new anti-India diplomatic siege. Moreover, recent diplomatic communiques from Beijing and Ankara are endorsing Pakistan's security concerns. Many even call it aggressive posturing by China and Turkey against India. In fact, Turkey and Pakistan's joint naval drills in Arabian Sea last year and secretive visits with Turkish ships docked in Karachi have fueled theories of covert operations between Pakistan and Turkey. It's no coincidence that Pak Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif was in Turkey at the time of the Pahalgam terror attack. In fact, hours after the heinous attack, Sharif held a joint press conference with Turkey's President Erdogan in Ankara. Sharif thanked Turkey for its unwavering support on Kashmir. And ever since the barbaric attack in Pahalgam, the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has stood in solidarity with Pakistan. It should be noted that Turkey is the only Pakistani ally in West Asia to explicitly condemn Operation Sindoor. Other Gulf countries, primarily Saudi Arabia and UAE, have refrained from backing Pakistan. On the contrary, Saudi and UAE have shown greater sensitivity to India's position on Kashmir. In fact, India now has strong ties with Saudi Arabia and the UAE, historically seen as Pakistan's allies. So why is Turkey different? Islamabad and Ankara's shared Islamic identity and strong partnership can be traced back to the Cold War. Turkey and Pakistan were together in groupings such as the Central Treaty Organization and the Regional Cooperation Development. The two countries have almost always supported each other during times of crisis. For instance, Pakistan has consistently backed Turkey's claims against Greece in Cyprus, even militarily. So much so, in 1983, Pakistan's military dictator General Zia-ul Haq famously declared that his country would be the first to recognize Turkish Cyprus if it declared independence. Geopolitically, Turkey, along with Qatar, is locked in competition with its Gulf Arab rivals led by Saudi Arabia and the UAE. And to curb that very Saudi Emirati influence, Ankara has looked for alternative architectures of cooperation with non-Gulf Muslim states such as Pakistan and Malaysia. That India's humanitarian assistance to Turkey after the devastating earthquake of 2023 did not substantially affect Ankara's outlook towards New Delhi is testament to the strength of the Pakistan factor in India-Turkey relations. As for China, its CPEC project has morphed from an economic lifeline into a territorial chessboard. Why? Simply because it gives Beijing a strategic proximity to India's vulnerable borders. To add to it, Bangladesh's chief advisor Muhammad Yunus is already pitching his country as a key regional partner to Beijing. Time and again, referring to India's seven sisters or the seven northeastern states as being landlocked, Yunus has invited deeper Chinese economic engagement through Bangladesh. Let's now shift focus to a coordinated narrative war between India and Pakistan, as China and Turkey have echoed Pakistan's claims of false flags, feeding a growing web of anti-India narrative. No wonder India is now cracking down on the propaganda war as well. Sample this. During India's Operation Sindoor, TRT World falsely claimed that the Pakistani army had destroyed India's missile storage site in the Beas region. Not just that, India's Ministry of External Affairs has already exposed Pakistan's false claims of damaging the S-400 and the BrahMos missile base. This disinformation campaign is perhaps just a testimony to the China-Pakistan-Turkey nexus. But India's crackdown has just begun with Operation Sindoor. So how can India counter this military axis? Perhaps by looking towards its time-tested ally, Russia. Since the onset of the Ukraine war, a discourse gaining currency both within and outside India is that a burgeoning China-Russia alliance will eventually derail the traditional Russia-India friendship and hurt India's national interest, making it much more vulnerable to the China threat. But the truth is that China has little option but to accept deeper India-Russia ties, one that was demonstrated during Operation Sindoor as India relied on the Russian air defense system to intercept missiles from Pakistan. And how can we forget Israel? India and Israel have traversed a long path since establishing ties in 1992. Whether April 22nd or October 7th, India and Israel have both borne the brunt of Islamic terrorism. So much so, during the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, 6 Jews were killed at the Nariman House, a Jewish community center. And so cooperation in various areas ranging from technology to defense has all led to the opening up of a new potential partnership between India and Israel. At a time, Pakistan has been rapidly advancing its nuclear weapons capabilities with China's help, India will have to act and act fast.